pings it back away. It's like, no.
And then, like...
Backhand, not even gonna look at it?
Yep. And...
Yeah.
Right, sorry, I'm getting everyone's... Because everyone's got, like, 3 names now, and it's like, Jesus.
Tuvok attacks it.
Tuvok attacks it, and, like, he feels as it, like, it basically inverts and swallows itself. And I will say that it's at this point, basically, that the host has had enough of all of you, right? So people who are back up on the ship, all of the actors on the ship have, like, looked towards you and are, like, you know, basically pod peopling you guys out, right? And the people on the planet still, like, you'll feel the planet just sort of, like, looping around you guys as the ground, like, sort of inverts into the sphere around you. But it's time to get the fuck out of here, I think.
Double tap the insignia as I'm just running away with my sprite and having it kind of dissipate back into the resonance.
To the beam up?
Yeah. Beam up. Alright. So you attempt the beam up, and, like, you get the whole, like, when you press your little insignia, you get the no response little beep. And this planet is, like, basically inverting and swallowing you guys. And around the people back on the ship, which would probably be Sigma and Progress at this point.
Question.
Yeah?
Has it become a resonance well? Or did it just disappear?
It is, like, because it, like, sucked itself in on itself, this dark energy little void, and, like, it has sort of turned inside out into this ball of light, which is giving off a healing energy to you guys. So
well, honestly,
that's another way out. I'm just saying.
I guess I'm going to have to fucking meet 01 again. God damn it. And jump to the thing, yelling, you know, just like, is it better not take the best of the day, you asshole?
Okay, so you guys are going to jump dick first into a goddamn resonance well?
I mean, if we can't beam up.
Alright.
I'm tapping my little Star Trek thing, you know, it's they're not beaming me.
And this won't be the first time that he's jumped into resonance well and had an interesting time there.
Okay.
Yeah, the ground's all fucked up. We're out of here. We're going into the resonance well. Good luck up there.
Yeah, the planet is, like, trying to swallow you at this point. And as, like, you realize it's about to swallow you, you guys just jump right into the resonance well. Okay. Alright. Now, Sigma and Progress are upstairs in the ship, and basically the entire ship's crew have pulled, like, lasers at you, and your respective captains are there, which I think for both of you is Picard, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Isn't one of them...
I got Progress is
Scotty.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, your respective captains are sort of like pointing you out and like, who are you? Have you been infected by the same virus that affected the rest of us?
I didn't break paradigm. I'm not sure why it's after me.
The entire, like, thing is just turning on everyone.
I know. It's all angry at everybody.
Yeah.
I think this might be a good time for you to just, like, slap O'Brien away from the console and just turn into the teleport out of here.
Well, keep in mind, too, that the malfunction that was going on has now stopped, right?
Yes.
You can sell this. You fix the problem.
Looks like we lost Riker and, Worf.
You see,
yes, Worf. Yes. Not Tuvok, Worf.
So we're currently in...
They are in the teleporter room, currently. Which is, as far as you guys could tell, the portal node. The entry node. Entry-exit node.
Right. So, I'm going to say... I'm going to sound panicked. I'm going to put on my best Scottish fake accent, which I personally don't own. And I'm going to say, no, Captain, we gotta get signal lock on them. They didn't beam up. The planet's collapsing in on itself. We have to save them. And I move people off of the transporter console, and I set it to beam 2 out. And we're beaming off the ship.
Yeah, okay,
I'm gonna use this to go back out of the Foundation.
This is one of the ones that I'm actually going to ask you to roll, so that's computer logic versus the host, basically. And I'm going to make sure that I'm gonna make sure that, and I imagine that Sigma's gonna help. Like,
I imagine so.
yep.
My sprite's gonna help.
Mm-hmm.
So I get 2 successes from the sprite.
Mm-hmm.
And you said computer and logic?
Computer and logic,
14.
and how's Sigma gonna handle this? Because like Scotty has rushed over to the command
Keep in
console.
mind, you do have a psych trip if you wanted it.
Well, I just took a chunk of damage. Did my when my vitals go berserk hit me with the drugs cut in?
I had that set up to just do it automatically if you wanted them, just to have psych. I actually bought some on my sheet extra, so everyone had one.
Yeah, no.
Also, I just have psych in general. Like I've been having
I'm
things
not a-
on loco for the last like couple days, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not a habitual user, and I didn't want to set Sigma off. So if my vitals crashed, triggered it, it goes off, and I've got it.
Well,
I don't really.
Okay.
How much damage did you take?
4.
That's pretty significant. Did you want the speedball of the 2 or just the psych?
It'd just be psych.
Okay. The Antrodrone administers the psych.
But yeah, Sigma, are you gonna attempt to help out progress by trying to lie your way over to the console?
If I am able to, I mean, considering the whole different ship thing.
You want me to roll first?
Yeah, essentially, I mean, it's was a quantum destabilization, which should be resolving in a matter of minutes if I can just show you, Captain.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll keep him interested. Cool. All right, let's get you guys to teamwork together to beam off this fucking ship.
To NCIS the keyboard.
Yeah.
Both type. We'll both type. It'll work.
So comp logic, you said, yeah?
Yeah, comp logic. Yep. Actually, because it got 4 hits, I accidentally rolled it as a GM.
Oh, we should have had you send one of your sprites up, Tane, before you left.
I mean, I don't know if it would have the time to do that.
I think you guys should be able to beat 4 hits. I think. I hope. There we go. Yep, set to bug out. Yeah, let me show you, Captain. Beep. And then you just teleport the fuck out of there.
You abandoned Picard, you monster.
That's cool.
I totally broke Paradigm on the way out.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, he already lost Worf and Riker at the same day.
I'll be.
Yeah, he's having the worst day he's ever had.
Yep, he's gonna have to explain to Beverly why Wesley's dead.
Yep.
And,
Oh, shit.
and Kirk is gonna be sad that he lost Scotty, but oh well.
So
all that's going to be left is Troy, Crusher, Beverly Crusher, Picard, and Data.
Yep. Now we've
At least
got
I got
They're all
Data.
emotionally scarred.
Sucky next gen.
Yep. So we've got Adam and sorry, I've been reading your guys' player names. So we've got Taengel and Progress. Taengel and
Crash.
Holy crap.
Yeah. If you're talking about in the Resonance realm, it's Crash and Tangle.
Okay.
Yes, Crash and Tangle went. I was thinking about going back, but they didn't tell me that it had flipped to resonance, and I was not jumping back into a lightning storm.
So okay. Now, one thing I've got to say.
I mentioned it was.
Entirely out of character is like I've never done anything with the Resonance Realm. I'm assuming it works exactly the same as a metaplanar run.
Kind of,
Pretty
yeah.
much.
And we could be in a couple different metaplanes. Like there's the plane of 01. There's
Space, there's the trash
what's the
can.
other one? Yeah. There's that. There's IO or Idol, which is like the social media one. There's Cryptome, the like cryptographer slash like
Probably be the social media
librarian.
one on our Horizon host.
Maybe.
Well, I was
That's
thinking
one of the 3 that Taengel might be into.
I was thinking specifically because you've been to the IO one again. Like I wanted to do the IO one. That's
Oh, that'd be in New Haven, the like new base of resistance against the dissonance, because they ate Old Haven
yeah.
in
I've
the
actually
war.
I know about New Haven because it's one of the very few things that I read in the book about the Resonance Realms. So that one I know. That one I can do. So it's basically like a really beautiful sunny village and everyone there is like wearing white robes, right?
Kind of. It's just like different palettes of like Tron-ish.
Okay.
If you wanted to have like that sort of architecture going down.
Okay. All right. Actually, do you mind if I have you set the scene, seeing as you've been there before, and it probably is gonna like assimilate to you? So, like, what was it last time you were here?
Last time it was like a semi-bustling sort of city. Like there was a lot of different like architectural things going on with it. Some of it was like, let's say, like kind of beachfronty, kind of like that, and then there's other parts where more like technologically advanced looking, and there are giant knights, like free sprites of like guardian bullshittery. They're like the knights of New Haven or 01 or that kind of thing, and of course 01 showed up as pretty much Jeff Bridges.
I was gonna say I hope it was Jeff Bridges. I really did. Like,
it's just a man in a beard with a robe, like all in like white and like pale colors.
Okay, so
did you say we were in New Haven?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so once again you get that wonderful feeling of your mind exploding, then reforming, and like being stretched and compressed down over and over again as you float on through.
Once you go through the event horizon of the Resonance, you have to deal with some deep, dark personal bullshit.
You do, yeah.
Yeah, it's not great.
So we're gonna hand wave a little bit because, like, you've got to basically do the same thing you would on a Metaplanar quest and like meet the maker on the threshold, right? And then pass their tests.
Kind of.
You just
I think he's already done that a couple times, but I guess the Crash, they have to kind of do something similar. There's not actually like a technical.
There's not a dweller.
The dweller is not the dweller. The dweller is you.
Okay. All right.
It's one of those kind of things.
Because basically, at the other side, Jeff Bridges is gonna be on there, and like he's gonna welcome you back, and he's gonna. Are you gonna be staying with us again? Are we gonna throw some cosmic jazz around again?
Look, I literally just shoved so much resonance into a dark dissonance well. God damn it. It's been a long day, man.
And then, like, he's gonna say, well, and he's gonna just take a seat and, like, cross his legs and, like, look you over and says, tell me about it. And at this point, you guys get a choice. Are you gonna stay with Jeff Bridges and go through this all? Or are you gonna return and then come back? What's the plan?
Well, Taengel's probably there, like, a little bit before Crash, because Crash might have to be dealing with that whole self-reflection thing for a bit, which may or may not be fucking horrible, depending on how bad Crash's life has been.
Pretty bad.
The first time Taengel did this shit, he had to relive Queen Anne Hospital, which is where he was kind of partially taken apart, and that whole thing, which was not fun. He did get to shoot the guy who did it to him, though, so that's good shit. But yeah, that's the kind of thing that could possibly happen.
I will say that, like, because it's Resonance Realm stuff, time doesn't matter. Match the same sort of thing. So chances are he did probably spend a lot longer in there than you did, but he came out the same time you did.
Time dilation is amazing.
So I've aged years in my personal horror here.
Well, I mean, like a couple weeks, but yeah.
Yeah, you probably
Just
have. As you've come out the other side and like, so what we'll actually say then is like basically you guys would have had the month or like whatever it was to process the whole like going through the resonance thing, and then you both arrive on the other side before Jeff Bridges, and he's like, tell me all about it.
Well, Taengel will pull up a seat, that whole deal, kind of, shaping his little, honestly looks like a plastic sort of like easy chair sort of thing. And not easy chair, but like one of those plastic, like summer,
lounge chair
like,
things.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But Jeff Bridges is a sprite, right?
No, he's a paragon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 0-1. It's one of the he's a perfectionist one.
Okay.
He's a
Yep.
creator mentor.
Pure and like
Yep.
unassailable code and that kind of stuff.
So are we gonna ask him if he's seen Star Trek?
Well, he's gonna start off with like, I learned how a proper beard felt, so that was interesting.
And he's gonna
probably isn't a fan of Star Trek Search for God.
Yeah, he's probably gonna like stroke his beard and like, yeah, it is pretty amazing, right?
Yeah. Ever see much Star Trek? Because that is the paradigm as we go into. It was all sort of scatterbrained though. Like apparently a couple people were doing the classic. I was in Next Generation as Riker, of course, is being my sort of general je ne sais quoi. But
Voyager over here.
And then we had someone with Janeway. I never got into that one. I haven't been able to pull it up, and apparently wasn't all that popular for some people. Either way, moving on from there. Had these pile of dissonance guys, and just tells them the whole little story between golems and balls of exploding like lightning dissonance.
Yep, and like, he's gonna basically say, "I bet you the Foundation didn't like that."
Oh no, yeah, we were about to be eaten by the planet there, and we decided, well, the worst thing that goes on if I jump into the resonance right now is I have to tell a story or two.
And he's gonna, fill me in, let me know everything. And there's probably some ritual that he's gonna do where he's gonna like basically meld minds and get as much, like get the exact Sentry experience that he would, like if he was doing it himself from you. He's probably gonna do something like that with both of you and get like your exact perspective on the situation exactly as it happened. And then after that, he's gonna let you guys go. And once again, we got time dilation stuff happening where it's like you guys were in there you were probably in the little resonance realm for months, and you're probably inside there talking to Bridges for weeks, and then he lets you go. You return probably straight to your bodies from there.
Yeah, like once we pop out back through into the resonance, or from the resonance to the matrix, we can kind of like make our way back.
Yep.
But like before I leave, I'd of course be like, high fives and shit all around to my various sprites that weren't currently summoned or around there. This is a big pile of things. Like this is a orc heavy weapons gal with other things here and there.
Yep.
It's a whole crowd.
Stuff.
Like I said, you probably spent about a week on the other side, like talking with people. But by the time you return to your body, Sigma and like Progress are probably just waking up at the same time you guys return to your bodies. So you all wake up back in the truck. Two of you have been on a metaplanar journey that has lasted weeks and months on end. And the other two have been, returning to their bodies
dusting
from
ourselves off.
Basically. So that was that.
Taengel will just kind of sit there with his hands in his, his hands for just minutes, like,
Foundation runs have nothing to do with Technomancers being cool. We just have style.
Crash is going to crawl into his rigger cocoon.
And just not come out for a couple of days. No.
He doesn't say anything to anyone. He just crawls into the rigger cocoon and closes it.
You guys didn't beam up. What happened in the lightning stuff?
We had to take a detour. The thing they would prefer not to, which I had entertained 0-1 for a while. Crash is probably having a rough time right now. I don't know what his life's like, but if he had to go through the resonance there, that it's not great.
Okay. That was so. Yeah, that was a thing. Didn't expect that to go that way.
I mean, if you put a big distance well in front of Taengel, it'd be like,
He's gonna stick appendages in there. He's gonna stick appendages in.
Yeah.
Right? You warned me. You warned me that if I stuck a socket, he'd stick an appendage into it.
And it was done though.
That's just nasty.
To be fair, he has this quality that lets him like wave off some of the worst things from pathogens and toxins and other things. Yeah, it's fine.
So,
Yeah.
so we're gonna give people